There are new tools available. There is new technology available. We are speaking about data-driven HR. It will not replace HR work, for sure. AI and technology would not replace the people, but it's a tool that will facilitate our work and will increase our value add for the business. But automatically, I believe that we will also have a change of content of jobs for HR. And that will be, in my view, the evolution going forward.
Hi Anthony.
Hi Vincent.
Really glad to be with you today. I've looked at your profile, we've exchanged a bit, and I know you've been having a long career already, internationally, in various sectors, but technological sectors. You're now the CHRO of Barco,
Yeah.
So a very high technological company. So I'd say with your background, with all this experience you've gathered over time, what do you see as being your unique challenges and opportunities that you've been encountering, and how does it shape your HR practice today?
Well, it's an interesting question, and I believe I could speak for hours on the topic, because over all those years I faced so many challenges from a people perspective. Maybe highlighting one, also fitting in the framework and in the context of today and tomorrow. It's coming from a telco. I've been working for 12 years, even more, in telecommunication company, telecommunication infrastructure. It was always a challenge from a business perspective. Low business growth, high pressure on the margins, so automatically you also have the pressure on the organization, and of course also on the HR organization. And it created a kind of discipline, of systematically thinking about the better way of functioning. Continuous improvement in HR, you can call it like that. Because year after year, the challenges and the pressure was there. So it's a kind of reflex of always thinking how to better structure yourself, better organize yourself, and in the end, become a better organization within HR. And of course, we also always try to leverage on the innovation within the HR world. 12, 15 years ago, we were not speaking about data analytics. That's one of the new trends. And obviously, within my new function in Barco, it's also something that we want to have a look at.
So I understand that coming from an environment with strong pressure on margins, that discipline to organizational effectiveness is a tool that you now apply in all the roles that you've gone through. You've mentioned data analytics, and I'll come back onto that, but there's another burning topic in the industry, which is skills.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to map their organizational skills, but in the broader context of Barco's business and your people strategy, how essential is skills data for you to operate, and how important it is to the overall company performance?
As we are a technological company, our assets are our people, because we need to innovate. We need to continuously innovate in order to bring new products, new solutions, new services on the market. And the innovation is done by our people. So innovation is done by our skills and our competencies. So the question is already the answer, yes. For a company like Barco, skills and competencies are highly important. Like many other companies, we have already tried to find the right methodology, the right way in order to identify the skills, to make the exercise of which skills we might need then for the future. We have our skill gap analysis, and then undertaking the actions in order to close it. But it's very, very, very challenging. And particularly for Barco, what we are facing is that the basic data quality is way too low at this stage. So we decided to start with the basics again, work on the data quality, and once we have a proper level of data quality, we want to go to the next step in order to go for a more systematic identification of skills and competencies. Why not utilizing technology and AI, and from there starting on a proper, what people often call workforce strategy or workforce planning.
So we talked about skills. Skills is data at the end of the day. Would you have, with your extensive HR experience. One example, a specific project involving data-driven HR that you would want to share with us?
Well, I will pick one from many, many years ago, still in my previous company. It was before COVID and before the hype of hybrid working and working from home. As a telco company, we were already, in French you say avant-garde, a little bit the front runners in terms of flexibility and virtual working and working from home, etc. But our gut feelings told us that there was something wrong, and we started to see a disengagement, and we even believed, again gut feeling, that it might have a link with excessive working from home. So what did we do? We analyzed our data of attrition, voluntary attrition, and working from home, and we have been able to have a clear correlation between the more the people working from home, the higher the voluntary attrition rate. On the same moment, the most healthy attrition rates were among the people that had a more flexible way of working, with a couple of days per week working from home.
Okay.
And this has encouraged us to launch a project. It was called Home at Work, while before we always speaking about work at home. So that's a concrete example. Many, many years ago, it was not on the basis of AI and not with data analysis. It was just with our own team, some analysis of some data, and we came to that correlation. And that was for me also one of the starting points to be a believer of the importance of data within the HR space.
Yeah, and how data definitely not just impact the HR function, but impacts business as a whole.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And maybe a word for the end. You've shared some of your experience. We understand that you've been in the business for some years already. You've seen trends. Trends are going to continue. You've talked about AI. But how do you see the role of HR moving forward? What do you think, if you had a crystal ball, what's going to be the shape of HR in the next 5 or so years?
I believe that there will be a change of HR jobs, and that we will have to shift from our more traditional HR setup with HR business partners, with HR administrations, with centers of expertise, towards a new trend. Because, and we know it and we see it, there are new tools available. There is new technology available. We are speaking about data-driven HR. It will not replace HR work, for sure. That's for sure. And it's the same debate that you can have in the business.
Yeah.
AI and technology would not replace the people, but it's a tool that will facilitate our work and will increase our value add for the business. But automatically, I believe that we will also have a change of content of jobs for HR. And that will be, in my view, the evolution going forward.
So the function will be augmented by those trends to have a greater impact.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you so much, Anthony.
Thanks to you, Vincent.